Hello, how are you doing people around the world? In this video I'm going to show you how to build this lightbox using HTML, JavaScript and CSS. So what this lightbox is doing, when we click on a picture, it's going to display to us in its width, or the width that we are added to it, or we adjusted to displaying it. And also we see here that the background is a little bit darker, alright? And it's kind of covering everything at the background, all right? And when I close this image, it's going to return to me this white background here. And when I display any other image, it's going to display that light a little bit darker in the background. So that is why we call it the light box. So first of all, I create this folder, call it the light box. Inside of it, I put in a folder called images, and there is bunch of images right here, as you see. So let me rename it first to pictures. So like this better. And now inside of this folder here, I'll create 3 files. One for the HTML, I call it index.html, and the second one I call it for the styling, or for the CSS, so I'll call it style.css, and the third one, it is for JavaScript, main.javascript.gc. Now I close this folder and I open it in my Sublime Text editor. You could use any one to type your codes in. I used to use Sublime Text, and for me it's really cool, so I keep with it. So inside of the index.html, I'll create the structure of the web, and let me call the title lightbox. And here let me link the style by calling style.css, and in the body I'll call the script, and its name by its source it is main.gc. Now we are good to go. Here let me create an each one, call it, for instance, the header of the page. Let me call it lightbox or pictures, like this. And here let me create a div and give it a class of images. And inside of this, I'll call the image. So the source of the first image, this is the source of the first image. Let me copy this multiple times. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. I have 10 pictures. So this is the structure of the web. So if I run this, open this index that I had created here. So the picture is not displaying, so I have a problem or a little mistake. So if I run here, alright, I'm putting them inside of another folder called images. So I have to write here before every picture the folder images, like this. Now if I run it, it's going to display to me in my browser. So first of all, I'm going to adjust the width of the picture. So now I'll jump to the styling. First of all, let me create some body, make the margin to 0, padding also to 0, and font family, I'll make it to Arial and sans serif, like this. And for And for the each one, or the header, I'll make the text align to center, and I'll give it a margin of 5% on the top and bottom, and 0 for the left or right. And for the images, so dot images img, I'll give them a width of 300 pixels, and also I'll give them like a box shadow of like 0 or 0 pixels, 4 pixels, 2 pixels, 0 pixels, and RGBA of 0, 0, 0, and 0.5. Up to now, I make the window inside of width, so let me retype it like this. Now, as you see, the picture is displaying perfectly. What I'm going to do, I'm going to make their display to grid, and grid template column I'll make it repeat 3 times per each 300 pixel, and I'll give them a grid gap, so grid gap of 10 pixels, and also I think that I'm going to give them to center them, so justify content to center. Now it's displaying perfectly. In the image, I'll make the cursor pointer just to inform the user that this pictures is clickable. So when I hover on them, it shows that little finger or that little hand on the picture that inform the user that these pictures are clickable. Alright, up to now everything okay. What I'm going to add now, I want to add a div. So when I click here in the first example that I show you at the first of this video, when I click on a picture, it's going to display the picture in its width, and also in this big width, and in the background there is this light box here, a little bit darker. So that's what I'm going to create. I'm going to create this background here and make it darker. So I'll jump here to my index. I'm going to create another div. I'll call it the light box like this. I'm not going to add anything inside of it up to now, because I'm going to adjust it in the styling, like here, style, for instance, what I'm going to style here, the background color, or the light box. You could call it anything you want. Alright, that light box, inside of this light box, what I'm going to do, I want to make its position to fix. So position, I fix the position, and also I want the background color to be a little bit darker, not black, so I'll make 0, 0 to black, and the transparency to 0.5, and I'm going to make the width of it to 100%, and also the height to 100% to cover the entire page. And the top, I want it to from 0, so the top I make it 0 like this. If I reload the page, as you see here that this page is darker now. It's not white like here. Now if I collect the picture, it's the same as here. So I wanted this div or this background to not bring to me until I click on a picture. Alright, so I make the display of it to none like this. So if I reload the page, that's background color of dark color, it's going to disappear. So here let me do like a z-index of 100, just to make that background color at the top, whatever we utter an image or anything. So like this. Up to now everything is okay. What I'm going to do right now is to make the pictures clickable. When I click the picture, I want it to display that background of little bit darker or whatever. So now in main.gc or in JavaScript, I'm going to create the, not create, I'm going to select the images. Alright, so document dot query selector. What I'm going to select, I want to select every single pictures, so select all images. Alright, because I want to select every picture in the page. Alright, so let me here give it a value like images equal to this. And also I want to bring to me this light box here. So let lightbox, give it a name of lightbox equal document dot query selector. We couldn't not call it at this moment, up to make these pictures clickable. So every single picture in here, so images dot, so I want it when I click in every single picture to apply a rule. So images dot every single, so I do for each, so write that in each JavaScript, for each image I'll run this function or this event like this. And this image event, what it is, I want to add to it an event listener to all the pictures. So when I click on a picture to happen another event. So add event listener, and this event is a click. I want a click to happen something. So when I click to happen something like this, what's going to happen here, I want to run an event or any function, a function general event. I call it event because I give it a value to the function event like this. And here what I want to do, I want to bring something, that light box. So let me redefine it at the top here. That light box equal to document to select it again, query selector. What it is, I want this light box. So dot light box. So here light box dot what? So that class list, I want to add to this div a name, another class name, cause when I click on the picture to happen that event, and that event bring me to here that class name to make the display of this to this div to that light or that dark background. All right, here that class list dot add, what I'm going to add, active or darker, make it active like this. So what I'm going to do now, I'll go to the browser, refer the page, and go to the inspect, and here I want to see what is going to happen. So this is the div, the light box. So when I click the picture, should be here to display or to add another name of another class called active. So when I click on here in a picture, nothing happened. I have a problem here in line 4 and 5, main.gc, image add event. I have mistake here, the event spelling. I'll go back here, event, and also I think that I mistake or create. I think everything okay right now. let me go back to running and see. So reload, on click. So let me go to the index, on click. Let me go back to the console here, we'll load the page, open this body, field, and here the light box, when I click on the picture, is add to this active. So now we could add more stuff or style this active to display flags or something. Alright. If no, dot active, I'll make display to black to see, just to show you. If I reload the page and I click on it, it's going to display to me black or that's little darker color here. Alright, so I want now to add inside of this an image, like here, like the example that I had shown you. So when I click in a picture, inside of this div, it's going to display to me this picture. So that's what I'm going to work on. Alright, now if I reload the page, nothing here. If I click on the picture, it's going to display to me that. So if I reload it, nothing. So let me go back here to my main.gc and add more stuff to it. So here inside of this active, I wanted to create or to add to it an image. So let me here do document dot create element, and this element is an image because I want to add images. So let me call it here, let image equal to this, and I want the source code or the source of this image to be the same as this images here. So what I'm going to do, I'll do image dot source equal, what is going to be equal to image dot this. So let me change the name here to image img, like this, and here also img, and here image dot source, because this image it is the every picture, it has that name of image, because I said here, first of all I called all the images, and I said for every image inside of this selection here, every single image, give it a value of image. Then I ran this on click and stuff like that. So here when I call this, when I added this image, when I created this image, I want to give it a source. That image had the same source of the image. So it's a little bit confusing, but it's just you have to work with it to be more familiar with kind of this stuff, and in programming languages or in programming in general, you'll be more familiar with this kind of calling stuff. So just work more than one project. Just any project you find it in front of you, just work it. Alright, up to now, okay. So have the same source. So this image here, I want to append it inside of the light box. So what I'm going to do, lightbox dot append child. What child we're going to append? We want to append the image like this. If I reload the page, I click on the image, it's going to display to me the image in its width, so I could add adjust to it. So let me go here and do image.class name, give it a class name to added image like this. Do here this, let me go to style, and here do other image, and here I'm going to do the width to 400 pixels. So when I click on a picture, it's going to display to me 200 pixels, but it's float at the top. So I'll go to the active, I'll make display here flex, because the active is contains this other image. So I'll make the justify content center and also the align item to center. So now when I click in a picture, it's going to add to me in this place, all right, in the center. Also nothing working yet, just when I click in a picture, it's going to display to me the picture that I clicked on it. So as you see here, when I click in the red, this red picture is going to display the red picture in the center. And I can make it here a little bit bigger than 4 to the 8, like this. So when I click on this, it's going to display bigger, so this is better for me. Alright, let's go back to main.gc, and inside of here, I want, when I click out of, for instance, if I zoom on this picture, I want to unclick here or somewhere out of the picture to display to me none, or to return back to its place. How to do that? Or it's quite easy. Like go here, like go, select call that lightbox dot add event listener. What this event it is click. And I want to run this event here like this. So if this event dot target not equal to the current target, not equal to the current target, what I want to do, I want to return to its normal way, like this. Return. So when I click here, reload the page, and I click, nothing is going to happen. But let me add a few lines here. So lightbox dot class name, I want now to remove class list dot remove. What I'm going to remove, I'm going to remove that active. When I click on a picture, I click on the picture, nothing happened. When I click out of the picture, it's going to display none. When I click another picture, it's going to display both of them, the previous picture and the current picture that I clicked on. So, and also if I clicked out of the pictures and I choose another picture, it's going to display 3 of them. The previous pictures, this black one and this books that contains books inside of it, and also this gray one. So how to fix that? How to remove, not allow every picture that I had clicked on it to stay in the browser. Alright, I'll go at the top here and I say to it, while the first picture that I clicked on it's still there, I wanted to remove it. So lightbox dot first child, what I'm going to do, I'm going the lightbox that remove child, that add a child I want to remove it before anything happened there. So here, before I append any picture, inside of this div, it's not working here because I save it. So before I add any picture, I want to remove from that div every picture. Alright, so when I remove every picture, then add the picture, the program is going to start from the beginning, from the top to bottom, read the lines. So it's going to remove the other pictures, and then it's going to add a new picture. And that's what I said, the first child, and the first child just refers to this first one, is going to remove it, and then if I click on the second one, it's going to display this one as the first child on this active div. Alright, that's remove child, what child I want to remove, first child, lightbox that first child, lightbox dot first child. So if I reload the page now, if I choose this red one, it's going to display to me like this. If I click out of the picture, it's going to display none. If I choose another picture, it's going to display just the chosen picture, and the previous picture is not going to display anymore until I will click on it again. Alright, I hope you get the picture. So as you see here, that when I click on a picture, it's going to display to me this little remove or close button up at the picture here. So this is quite easy to add to your HTML. How to do that? So it's going to be inside of the image, inside of this event here. I'm going to create another one. So like I created here the element, here I'm going to create a text node. So document dot create text node. What this node, the symbol of that close button, we could has this symbol. Let me here give a, so let's close, what happened here, close equal to this, and I give it a class. So close dot class name, I'll give it to close like this, and also I'm going to append this inside of the div. So inside the lightbox, like if here I appended the image, the same thing I'm going to do with this mark. So lightbox dot append child close. Easy. So when I click on it, it's not going to it is here, as you see, next to the picture. When I click out of the picture, it's going to stay display, not just in here also. So I'll fix that in a moment. So first of all, let me go in the CSS and call that close, add a little bit of CSS, so that close, and make here the top to 10% or 10% like this, and also for the right and make it to 10%, and font size I'll make a little bit bigger than that to 30 pixels, and the color I'll make it to white, and also for the cursor I'll make it to pointer and color to white. If I reload the page, I click on a picture, it is, and let me give it here position absolute. It's still the same, like I'm missing something here. Close the class name. Alright, that's close. It's not working for some reason. I don't know if let me here do like span. So let's create a span, then add to it that. So document dot create element, call it span, like this, and here I'll do span that class name, and this span dot append child close, or text, so just give it text, and here leave it to close, and also here text, and here to close. And instead of appending this, I'll save it to close and her to close. Better now. Here it is, the button. As you see at the top, here it is. It's showing now perfectly. So how to make it active? I want to remove these lines of code here. So I'll remove them like this. What I'm going to do, just bring me this close here. So dots on click, I'm going to run this function equal. What I'm going to do, just to grab this line of code here and pass it inside of this function. So now if I reload the page, I choose for instance this darker color, and I clicked on the remove, it's going to display none. Also if I chose another one, I click here, it's going to display none, and so on. Alright, but if I click out of this remove or close one, it's not going to happen anything, or also the picture is not going to happen anything. So just for this removing button is going to display everything to none, or is going to remove that active one, and that active contains the picture and everything that we added to it. So up to now I think everything is clear to you. If you have any doubt about anything, just leave me a comment or send me an email in my email. And also the source code you're going to find on my repository in GitHub. And that's it. Stay tuned and see you in the next tutorials.